And welcome back, everyone. It's being dubbed a Twitter killer. Threads is a direct competitor launched by Facebook's parent company, Meta. After months of bad press from Twitter, or for Twitter, I guess you could say, more than 100 million have jumped onto Threads. They've already downloaded it. But is it a good idea? Here to talk about this new social media platform is our buddy, tech expert Dave Hatter. So, Dave, let me go ahead and make an admission right now to you. I feel like this is important. I have already made a TikTok video today that I shared on Threads, which means I have what I call Dave Hatter shame. I feel it in my bones. I have already done these things today. How much trouble am I in, and is the Chinese government coming after me?
Well, probably, Bob. And I would say, you might want to think about this like Ghostbusters. You're crossing the streams there. I mean, TikTok and Threads. I don't know, man. You might not make it through the day, if you know what I'm saying there.
Hey, joking aside now, with Threads, I guess the reason that I went ahead, I clicked the download button right away is I'm already on Facebook. I'm already on Instagram. This is just another member of that family. Am I any worse off than I already was?
Well, probably not, honestly. Now Facebook, and we've talked about TikTok a lot, but Facebook is also a company that makes all its money off your data. You're not really the customer, you're the product there. They're monetizing your data. That's the trade-off. And to be clear, we're saying Meta, right? Because Meta is now the parent company that owns Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, and now they've released Threads. And I guess I would start out by saying it makes sense to me. One of the reasons why it's grown so quickly is because it's really easy, right? You click a button in your Instagram account, and now you're up on Threads, and you're able to post on Threads, which is very similar to Twitter. Clearly, they tried to model it on Twitter. One of the things that I think is interesting about Threads is there have already been complaints out there about people saying, well, I want to get off this thing. And, while it's gotten a lot of press, and it's hard to get off, while it's gotten a lot of press, it's kind of interesting because you may remember Google Plus, right? Google also one of the titans out there. Google Plus was their answer to social media. It was rapidly adopted by people, but it didn't really last. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. But the big concern, I think, Bob, with Threads, like all of these social media platforms, is it's collecting an enormous amount of data about you. And now this is just one more property for Meta to do that. If you go out and you look at the Apple App Tracking Transparency Framework and the privacy labels they've created, and Google has a similar thing. I don't know that people really look at these things, but if you take a look at what Threads is collecting, and it's similar again across all these Meta properties, once you've installed it on your phone, unless you've explicitly denied it permissions, it's basically collecting everything. Your location, your contacts, pretty much everything out of your phone. And that's always my concern with these things is, do you really understand the trade-off you're making to use the app? And is there enough value in it that it's worth literally giving up just about everything that's in your phone?
The EU has much stricter privacy laws than we have here. They've got some big concerns. Are they going to even allow it at all in the European Union?
At the moment, no. They haven't been able to roll Threads out there because of the privacy concerns around this data collection. And you're right, they have something called the General Data Protection Regulation, which has some extremely stringent privacy requirements. We don't have a national law like that in the U.S. The closest thing to it is the California Consumer Privacy Act, which is similar. It's different in a lot of ways, but kind of similar. Now, many other states are pursuing it, but at the national level, there isn't anything. And that should give you some indication there that they haven't even been able to roll Threads out in the EU. And also, I would point out to people, and again, this is not a Meta exclusive thing. We've talked about the privacy concerns with TikTok and Google. In any of these platforms where you really are their product, is when you look at the amount of data these things collect, and then you look at Facebook in particular, /Meta, there's been a recent article there where leaked documents show Facebook doesn't even know where all your data is, where it's going, what they're doing with it. And again, these are from documents leaked by Facebook. And they've also, been hit with some pretty massive fines over the last several years on privacy-related issues. So, as I'm sure you can guess, Bob, I won't be using Threads anytime soon.
I had a feeling you might not be. I had a feeling. They're telling me I got to wrap up, but very quickly, just one quick question. If you're on iOS, right, and you download any app anymore, it'll give you that Ask App Not to Track thing. Does that do anything? Is that helping me at all?
It does, because Apple, generally speaking, is very privacy friendly. I would encourage people to limit the amount of data any app can collect about you. And unless Apple changes their stance, yes, you can limit the amount of data they're tracking, because that's the trade-off that these app makers have to abide by when they want to build an Apple app.
Got it. Got it. Dave Hatter, as always, I have shame. I'm sorry for what I did today, and I will talk to you again soon, buddy. You take care.
You can always find our stories here on YouTube, but go ahead and click subscribe to get notifications and stay in the know.